Hello everyone. This is our presentation about Canadian fitness safety standards. We are four people for this presentation. Myself, Minesh Pragnesh Bhai Kapadia, my fellow friend Apeksha bin Nasheed, Fahima Nanababa, and Mudra Patel. And the standards that we choose for this presentation are five key standards. First of all is standard 3, which is the service provider of fitness facility should provide or require pre-screening procedures such as park queue or appropriate signs. The standard 4 involves facility operators and other service providers shall inform participants of the risks inherited in the physical activity participation and the fitness facility use. Now, standard 5, which involves fitness service providers shall recommend that pregnant women obtain medical advice regarding their participation in the physical activity program. Now, the next standard will be standard 6. Standard 6 will be fitness service providers shall recommend that individuals 70 years of age and over receive medical advice before initiating a physical activity program or increasing their physical activity. And the standard 7 includes maximal testing of individuals who A are not accustomed to regular strenuous exercise, or B are males over 40 years of age, or C are females over 50 years of age shall be conducted under the supervision of their either physician or personnel with current appraisal certificate and ACLS advanced cardiac life support. Now the categories of these fitness standards are: first one is pre-screening and informed consent. The second one is special exercising population. Actually, there are six categories, but we choose the two main categories among them. Now, furthermore, my friend Apeksha bin Nasib will present.
So moving towards the importance of these standards, the first of all, the standards set by the Ontario Association of Sports and Exercise Science are important because they are the guidelines of safe and effective practices related to the fitness professional as well as the fitness facilities. The design and the organization of the fitness facility should be based upon these safety standards. It is also important for both for the clients as well as for the service provider to ensure safety as well as to prevent accidents. Not only that, but it also makes a good business sense. It is also helps to meet the customer expectations. Plus, it helps to form an efficient market strategy along with meeting legal responsibilities and enhancing public image. These are all factors are essential and standardized to meet the demands of safety as well as efficiency. Now moving towards the next, my fellow colleague Mudra will explain further.
Now talking about some consequences of not following these standards. First and foremost, pre-screening and informed consent. Proper pre-screening and informed consent may prevent many accidents. For example, catastrophic incidents may happen in exercising environment. One event occurred when an individual was died because of this exercising on cardiovascular equipment. And pre-screening would help to know any certain allergy or any medical condition participants suffering from, and lack of pre-screening would result in unnoticed allergy and it may cause severe health related issue or even a death. For example, giving high intensity exercise to participant with high blood pressure may lead to any emergency situation. While talking about special exercising population, some exercises are at high risk compared to the others, and thus we should be more careful while performing exercises with special certain groups. For example, pregnant women or older population group. The intensity and duration of the exercises should curtail with progression of pregnancy and in pregnant women to reduce unusual risks such as high intensity exercise may reduce availability of oxygen, blood and glucose to fetus as maternal body demand increases with the exercise. And if pregnant woman does the exercise at high intensity or for the longer duration, it could harmful for the fetus and it may lead to death of the fetus or sometimes miscarriage. The musculoskeletal injuries increases in older individuals. if they exercise at higher intensity, as they might have any conditions related to old age such as decreased mobility, arthritis, and or any other injuries may happen because of cardiovascular disease, increased blood pressure, diabetes, and many more, as these are some conditions that are very often occurred in old age. Now I give an honor to Faima to conclude.
Talking about purpose and practice, the purpose of Canadian Fitness Safety Standard is to enhance the knowledge of the safety, to explain the importance of the safety, to create a fitness safety revenue generating mechanism to allow OASIS to continue its intention to advocate and advance fitness safety standards and practices in the province of Ontario. For practicing, the participant should be engaged in the method that could understand them importance of safety standards. For example, creating audio and visual methods that could be animated, making participating in the quizzes which help them to understand more clearly, and even creative presentations. So the summary of this CFSS is we have chosen 7 standards related to Canadian fitness safety standards. It is important to start from pre-screening process like PARQ or appropriate signs. Our second standard has facility operation and other services providers who can assess and warn of risk. It's important that pregnant women obtain medical advice regarding their participations. As well, people over age of 70 years of age should receive medical advice before participating. There should be pre-testing for individuals who has never participated or are over 40 years. Males or females over 50 shouldn't be considered for without ACLS.
So these
So
are
here are
the
the
references, and thank you for hearing us.